It's Bretta from runforefoot.com, and today I'm going to be talking to you about how heel strike runners can get plantar fasciitis. And what plantar fasciitis is that it's extreme pain on the bottom of your foot. Basically, you feel pain in the arch, or the pain can be felt in the heel. And it's extremely painful, and it feels like someone is taking an axe and hacking at the bottom of your foot when you run. And that's why it's too uncomfortable to run, because the pain is so bad. And what happens is with the plantar fascia, it's called fasciitis because there's inflammation of the fascia. In this fascia, plantar fascia becomes inflamed, typically when it's very weak and it's exposed to a lot of weight-bearing activities that it's not used to because of its weakness. And so it becomes very irritated and inflamed, and as a result, you get pain within like the arch of the foot, as well as radiating pain or burning heel pain is another common symptom of plantar fasciitis. But I'm going to talk about another way how heel strike runners can get plantar fascia, because in general, the main way a runner can get plantar fasciitis is due to wearing running shoes with arch support. And remember, when you support an arch, it becomes weaker because it's not working on its own, it's not functioning on its own, and you're relying on external support. So you're never fully using the arch muscles to their full potential, and as a result, this also weakens areas surrounding the arch, such as the plantar fascia. So when the arch is weak, then the plantar fascia has to bear much of the weight and much of the impact forces that the arch can no longer deflect because the arch is weak. So wearing cushion running shoes with arch support is one of the main reasons runners get plantar fasciitis. But mechanically, there's also a way a runner, particularly a heel strike runner, can get plantar fasciitis. And one study found a link between heel strike running mechanics and plantar fasciitis. The study by Warren et al., and I'll link it below, they found that at heel strike, when the heel strikes the ground, the forefoot lifts up. And this forefoot lifting, in order to achieve heel strike, this forefoot lifting stretches or hyperextends the plantar fascia. And then when the heel strikes the ground and the plantar fascia is in a hyper stretched position, the impact force generated at heel strike also results in high instantaneous loading rates. So basically, there's a lot of loading and compression forces and braking forces that's exerted on the plantar fascia, while the plantar fascia is in an abnormally stretched and strained state at heel strike. As a result, the plantar fascia becomes exposed to a lot more stress. So of course, what is the best strategy a heel strike runner can do to avoid getting fasciitis? Well, the obvious one is to walk barefoot on uneven surfaces, avoid wearing running shoes with external support, such as arch supports, and of course, adopting a forefoot strike landing, because a forefoot strike landing doesn't involve the forefoot to hyperextend, because we're not landing on the heel, we're landing on the forefoot. So the forefoot is actually positioned more downwards. Position where the toes are pointed down, this is called plantar flexion, and I've done a lot of videos and written a lot about the importance of maintaining ankle plantar flexion, which essentially means the forefoot is pointed downwards when the foot strikes the ground. Interestingly, healthcare professionals use plantar flexion strengthening exercises as a rehabilitation mechanism in the treatment of plantar fascia. So isn't that interesting? And not only that, another famous benefit of forefoot running is that it completely eliminates the instantaneous loading rate that is produced in a heel strike landing. So therefore, there's less compression forces, there's less loading that is targeted on the plantar fascia in a forefoot strike landing compared to a heel strike landing. So if you're struggling with plantar fasciitis, that means if you have radiating burning pain or sharp piercing pain when you run, and this pain occurs on the underfoot and also the bottom of the heel, you may be heel striking, and so what you want to do is you don't want to heel strike. It's best to adopt a forefoot strike landing to keep the plantar fascia in a better state so that it doesn't become inflamed. And also, landing with a forefoot strike, like I said, reduces instantaneous loading rates, so there's less force exerted on the plantar fascia. For more tips on forefoot running versus heel strike running, please head on over to my blog, runforefoot.com, where you will also find my reviews and recommendation on barefoot inspired footwear that I feel are best suitable for forefoot running. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel to stay updated on what research is saying about heel strike running and forefoot running. Have fun out there on the roads. Bye for now.